Welcome everyone. Welcome to Cleveland Fashion and Style, and I'm your host, Diane Linston. I am super excited about this show today because this is the day I will show you the most anticipating fashion show of the year here in Cleveland, Ohio. That's right, Styles of Imaginations present during the NBA All-Star Weekend. We had more than 17 designers from all over the world that came out and participated. And we have one of those designers here. I absolutely cannot wait to interview him. His name is Miguel Osborne, and he is known for the International House. Did I say that right?
Africa House International.
African House International. So I just want to jump right into this conversation, and you guys are just going to be blown away. He is going to inspire you. He is going to motivate you, and just, believe in your dreams. That's what it's all about. So let me introduce Miguel. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Truly appreciate it. So tell us, who is Miguel? I know you're a fashion designer, but who is Miguel?
Miguel Osborne is an artist. I've been singing and dancing since I was 6 years old. I actually kind of fell into fashion and costumes. I was on my way to Europe for a national tour. I was the choreographer and main dancer for the show, also one of the singers. And a meal cart rolled across the aisle and tore a ligament in my knee. Wow. So while I was on this 18-city tour, I said, what can I do to stay in the field of theater, because I was also a theater artist, and not have to dance as much. And I started doing fashion and costumes.
Right, so that just fell into your lap. So we are going to see some of these phenomenal fashions that you had in the fashion show. And what got you into, because your pieces are very Afrocentric, is that the right word to say?
That's correct. I am one of the top 2 leading Afrocentric designers in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. My personal fashion line is called Azadi Unique. Azadi is Hebrew for freedom, and unique speaks for itself. I target the customer's individual personality. And Azadi was my Aunt Joanne's pen name when she was a poet for the Black Panthers back in the day. When she passed away, I decided to take the name to keep her essence alive.
Excellent. So the pieces were just absolutely beautiful. And you guys will see some of those pieces later on in the show. How do you get inspired? What inspired you to design?
The fabric speaks to me. Mm-hmm. It literally speaks to me. I call Joanne Fabrics my toy store. The fabric speaks to me, and it motivates me to create what comes of the fashion with the mix of the thread, and I play a lot of gospel music while I'm sewing. So between God, my aunt spirit, and the fabric, I come up with a garment. I believe the first time that you may have seen me was for the Africa House fashion show last summer, which got me the quote-unquote gig of being the designer of Africa House International.
Excellent. So where are some places, do you have a website? Like, where can some of the viewers see your fashion?
Currently, Africa House is my storefront.
Okay.
And I'm selling my garments through Africa House, and the address is 1695? Is it 1695?
71st and Hub?
81st and Huff.
81st and Huff.
1695 East 81st and Huff.
Right, and that's 1695 East 81st
First Street.
First Street.
Off of Huff, yes.
Off of Huff, and that's Cleveland, Ohio, and the zip code is 44.
That's a good question.
I think it's 44103.
I believe you're right.
Yes.
I believe you're right.
Yes. So, besides the African House, do you have a website or Instagram?
I used to have a website, but I'm the only one creating this moment. And as you personally know, you need a team to build.
Yes.
So I had a website, but it became so much to put everything on the website and document color and sizes and everything. So the website ended up not being as lucrative as I hoped for it to be. But I can be found on Facebook. Friends Who Like Azadi Unique or Azadi Unique, AZADIUNIQUE. I can be found on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, and can you repeat that one more time, your Facebook page?
There's a page that's called Friends That Like Azadi Unique, AZADIUNIQUE. It's also on Instagram, one word, Azadi Unique, AZADIUNIQUE, and Twitter.
Twitter, you're on Twitter?
I'm on Twitter as well.
Okay.
Unique. Yes.
All right. So we will be back after this commercial, and we are going to learn more about Miguel Osborne from Africa International House. We'll be right back. Back to Cleveland Fashion and Style. Once again, we are here with the phenomenal fashion designer, Mr. Miguel Osborne. Tell us, how did you get involved with the Africa House?
I was asked to be a vendor for the Heritage Festival last summer. And in the midst of the transition of getting to the moment, I was also asked to present a fashion show. So I had a few models that were able to come down and join me, and we took the clothes off the rack and took them in the back, got them changed, and re-ripped the street like it was a runway.
Yes.
Oh, wow, excellent. So is there any plans for that event to take place this year, 2022?
It's a whisper in the wind right now, so everything's still up in the air, but I believe so.
Okay, and you guys can see, I heard it was a phenomenal fashion show. So hopefully, if it takes place, I'm going to be there.
Wonderful.
Definitely going to be there.
Wonderful.
And so, do we have any upcoming events in the near future?
Not only am I a fashion designer, but I also do costumes for various theaters.
Okay.
And I have a few irons in the fire. I can't really speak about them now
Gotcha.
in the event that they don't come into fruition. But
Okay.
we're gonna, just keep the mystery about it for right now. So preferably, I'll be doing some costuming for a couple of theater pieces in the
Okay.
future.
Great. Do you do custom, like, if someone come to you and say, hey, can you design and make me this one of a kind?
Yes, I do. Actually, the unique part of the Azadi Unique is to guarantee that you cannot go to any other function and find somebody in your outfit. That's my purpose, to make sure that everyone can explore their individuality. So yes.
Great. So do you do women's wear, men's wear, children's wear, all of them?
Yes, all.
Okay.
And I also do alterations.
Alterations, that's good to know as well. Yeah, so, once again, can you please give the audience, how can they reach out to you? How can they contact you?
Can I give a phone number, or is that scary in this day and age?
It's if you want to, it could be, but
Well, let's just be a little secured.
Okay.
They can contact me at Africa House.
Okay.
1695 East 81st Street. I'm normally there from 4 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
But there is usually someone there at all times. Garments are made, and at this particular moment in my life, I'm working with a lot of mud cloth. There's a number of things. There are kufis, mud cloth hats and scarves, shawls. I've been having a fetish for turtle neck hoodies and shawls, so you can pull them over your head and not have to, and you keep your hair on and all of that good stuff. It'll be really nice, and it keeps you warm. And I kind of target the season. Right now, we need to be comfortable and warm.
Yes.
And soon as the weather breaks, we're going to go into the swing dresses, and all of the other wonderful pieces that, everyone likes.
Yes, yeah. How long has the African House been in existence?
That would probably be a good question for our assistant artistic director in arts and culture, because I've known Africa House to exist, I would say 20 years.
Wow.
I would say, but I'm not specifically sure. I know that I've been going in and out of the country and the state of Ohio, and Africa House was here before I left. And I've been going a good 20 years.
Wow. Do you do tours? Like, can people come and, tour? What you want to take away? What will we learn going to the Africa House?
Going to Africa House, you will learn. They have a number of classes, drum classes. I'm hoping to soon find the time to teach a sewing class. They have a ballroom dancing class.
Wow.
I know that they do some work with the children.
Okay.
But you can just come into Africa House, especially in the summertime, when you can see the yard and all the foliage and yard. You can just see the variety of flowers that are there from different parts of the country. You will learn your history. You will learn your ancestry, which is a lot of what our youth is missing right about now. And I think that's why we target our youth, to give them something to hold on to. Because, even though some of these artists are money-making artists, there is no need to be walking around with a gun on your hip or a spliff in your lip, and thinking that that's going to make you somebody.
Yes.
You need to know where you come from to find out or figure out where you're going.
Totally agree, 101%. And I think people really need to know you're there, because when I met you, maybe back in December, I felt the presence, I felt the spirit, and it was very, very, like, I wanted to learn more.
We met years before this.
Really?
Yes, we met in someone else's fashion show. I was doing a presentation, but we met long ago. We just reconnected this past December. Yes.
Right. Through Brother Muhammad.
Yes.
So, yes, that's interesting. Absolutely. Well, we will be back with Cleveland Fashion and Styling. When we come back, we are going to meet the phenomenal Miss Casey, who is, I know I'm going to say this wrong, I hope not, Creator Assistant Director. Be right back. This is a DYL 47 piece. This is a 2-piece denim set with beautiful appliques. This outfit here is $139, and it ranges from size 6 all the way to a size 24. And we also ship all around the United States. Once again, this is a DYL 47 2-piece denim set. Give us a call if you're interested in purchasing. This is a DYL 48. This is a 2-piece denim set made with sheer blue peacock fabric. Also, it comes from a size 6 all the way to a size 24. This is a one-of-a-kind must-have. This is a DYL 48. This is a 2-piece denim set made with sheer blue peacock fabric. Also, it comes from a size 6 all the way to a size 24. This is a one-of-a-kind must-have. Welcome back to Cleveland Fashion and Style. We also have another very special guest. Her name is Casey. Now, she is the Assistant Creative Director of Africa House International. And she's going to tell us her role and what she plays into Africa House International. Thank you so much, Casey. Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us what you do at the Africa House International.
Okay, well, I started off with an after-school program.
Okay.
The after-school program was to incorporate Africa House into the community. At this after-school program, we do African dance, we do drumming. Aside from that, we also teach the children respect, self-respect, discipline, self-discipline. We teach them how to unite with each other. We teach them the importance of being able to work together and believe in yourself. All the kids know that they're loved, they know that they're special in their own kind of way. We also are put in form of arts and crafts to give them their own clothing so they could feel like a more African vibe, to teach them their roots and their culture. From the after school program, I end up becoming assistant director of Africa House with Arts and Culture. And we have so many more plans to bring to the community.
Excellent, absolutely. So what school or schools are you in now teaching this program?
Currently, I am at A.J. Rickoff, located in Kinsman. Okay. And we work with first graders. Excellent. And they're doing so amazing. With the time over the past couple of weeks, you see so much growth with them. You see how they feel more confident with their self and working with each other. You see how they respect each other. And I'm very proud of our children.
Yeah, and first graders, they're like 6. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they are absorbing.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a good way to get it started. Yeah, I absolutely love it. So do you have plans so is this an after school program?
Yes, it is an after school program. The goal is for it to be incorporated in their everyday life. Like, although it is after school, we have plans that we will have performances and everything, be more involved with the community, and also hopefully bring those students to Africa House.
Yeah, that is absolutely wonderful. Do you have plans to go into other schools? Because I think that's something very needed.
I actually do. We at Africa House plan on targeting as much as we can. You know, it's international, it's a global thing. We want to reach everybody and we can. It's one step at a time and it's definitely order. So
absolutely. Now, how long have you been part of the organization?
I actually just started. It was really amazing how everything happened. As far as the organization, I just started, but the mission that we plan on accomplishing, I've been a part of it in my life.
Absolutely excellent. Well, we just thank you. I just thank you so part of being with Cleveland Fashion and Style. And I just think it's amazing. I love kids, and I don't know what I want to do in terms of help teaching them fashion, but it's just phenomenal. And Miguel, you talked about teaching sewing.
Yes.
I can't begin to tell you the number of people, adults and kids, that calls on a daily basis.
I've been actually offered that position before, and when I was offered, it didn't come to fruition. So I presented it to Africa House, and the only thing that we really need right now is the proper equipment, a couple of sewing machines, and some patient people. I've had a couple of people come in seeing me doing alterations there and asked, how did you do that? What did you do there? I initially wanted to, especially when the pandemic started, I initially wanted to take, and I don't want to use the word troubled teens, or let's just say teens with purpose. Those that wanted to do something other than twiddle their thumbs, at home because they couldn't get to school or get out anywhere, but to teach them how to make masks. With their own identity or insignia or whatever on it. We can
Exactly.
start small and build our way up. Next thing you know, I could be teaching the next new upcoming designer for your next show.
Yes,
Have kid designers.
absolutely, absolutely. So, I learned how to sew actually in class in
Okay.
junior high school. I wonder, do they still have sewing classes?
It's
Um,
hard. You talking about in like public schools?
Yeah,
A
I
lot
haven't
of
seen it.
yeah, a lot of our
really.
important things is
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard to
Yeah.
find.
I know a number
right.
of them just barely have music departments, let alone cosmetology or. I went
Yeah.
to Shaw High School, and when I graduated, there was a cosmetology class. I took home ec, learned how to
Yep.
cook. There was
Yes.
also a learn how to balance your checkbook class. All the rest of it. I
Yes.
don't think they teach that anymore.
Yeah, you're absolutely. Now, no cosmetology because my friend Denise, she teaches it at Shaw.
She has it there. They're still there, or they
Yeah.
came back.
Well, she been there over 20 some years
Okay.
teaching. But yeah, I wonder, why is it no longer?
What
That's
I
Yeah.
can say is
mm-hmm,
our purpose at Africa House is
mm-hmm.
to be able to bring that back to our community.
Hmm.
A lot of things is not taught to our children anymore.
Hmm.
And the purpose
Yes,
of Africa House is to serve as a home for our citizens of the community.
very much so. And I think if we had different programs, not just sewing, a lot of these kids wouldn't be in so much,
Hmm.
involvement.
Hmm.
How do you 12 and 13 and you have a gun? Like
Hmm.
where, I mean,
I have often said that if it was not for the theater department, the speech
Yes.
team department, and the music
mhm.
department, as I was growing up, I would
Yes.
be another talented thief on the street.
That's
Yeah,
so
Really?
true.
it actually saved me. Yes,
Really?
being an artist, and I've gone around the world singing and dancing, didn't have to pay for a dime.
Yes. Yes.
They paid
That's
me to
true.
do it, and by the grace of God, I'm
Wow.
still here and able to teach
Wow.
this to another generation. There's a lot that's learned from music.
Yes,
Good and bad.
very much so.
But there's a
Good
lot,
and bad.
Mhm.
but a
Yes.
lot learned from music. My aunt took me, my aunt Joanne, as I pray,
Mhm.
took me to see my first play. I think I was 7 years old, and I
Yes.
was hooked.
Hmm.
I was
Really?
hooked. My life
Yep.
had never been the same.
Really?
Never been the same.
Wow, that is amazing. Now, I heard you say if you had a couple of sewing machines
Mhm.
that could help you with helping a child that want to learn.
Mhm.
So I am going to donate. They're used, but two sewing machines. You just come to my studio and pick them up.
Oh, bless the Lord. Look at you
Thank
now.
you.
Yes,
Okay.
and that's my, whatever I can do to
Okay.
help. I just totally believe we as a community we have to, get involved. But yep,
Mhm. And speaking of community, my cousin Linda Harden told me on Facebook, she said, "I'm so glad you hooked up with Diane Liston. I am so proud of you, cuz." So you in the
yes,
community, sister.
yes.
You
Hi,
in the community.
Linda. Hi,
You in the
Linda. I know
community.
who she is
Okay.
very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was down at the boutique a couple of weeks ago in
Okay.
That's
Tower
beautiful.
City.
Okay. That's my cousin.
Yes. So, this I love this. This is just absolutely phenomenal. And if you want to help, donate financially or just have, an old sewing machine, please get in touch with Brother Miguel Osborne, and let's just create something phenomenal. If you want to learn more about the International Africa House International,
Yes. Yes.
please get in touch and you'll be amazed. And I can't say enough. Just thank you so much for being on the show, both of you
Thank you for
guys.
having us.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, hold on. Now, let's talk about how this really went down. I went from refashioning fashion to have fashion refashion me. I was born and raised in the poorest section of Harlem. My first experiences was with crime. I became a professional gambler, and to be a professional gambler, you have to be a professional con man. I knew that I had to dress nice and keep a pocket full of money, but I didn't want to be part of that life anymore. So I decided that I wanted to open up a store because I like luxury clothes, I like expensive stuff. silks, alligators, crocodiles, and furs, and cater to the people who I knew in the community, the hustle element, the criminal element, and sell those type of things. And that's how I started my first store, Dapper Dan's. I started out like with a small store, 500 square feet. And I said, you know what, since I'm gonna be catering to hustlers, I'll make my store so it could be open 24 hours. There was nobody selling furs in Harlem but me. So right away I started getting a lot of attention. And then I knew all the major gangsters. Jack Jackson was the biggest drug dealer to come along in Harlem after Nicky Barnes. One day he came in the store and he had a Louis Vuitton pouch. And everybody was fascinated with the pouch. And I looked at that pouch and I said to myself, what is it about that pouch? I know that ain't nothing but $10 worth of vinyl. And I looked at it, I said, you know what it is? It's the symbols. So I said, you know what? If I can make garments out of those symbols, I can have a huge impact. So after I taught myself textile printing, that opened up a whole new window for me. What I did was I would make reversible fur coats. One side would be fur, and the other side might be Louis Vuitton or Gucci or Fendi. And that's when it just mushroomed into even bigger than what I was in the beginning.
With a cheek on my chest, I don't need that pretend. I'm going to tell you the name of this man. He gave his by the name of the Dapper Dan.
Hey yo, you can ask Dapper Dan, who was the man back in '88.
There has been a lot of rap lyrics written about me, but when hip hop started, right, rappers didn't have any money. So all the rappers that used to come by the store, they couldn't afford to even buy what I had. The rappers like to be around the gangsters and like to look like the gangsters and dress like the gangsters. So eventually, as the rap music started to take off, the rappers started to make more money than the gangsters because all the gangsters was going to jail as rap music was exploding. LL Cool J, Boogie Down Production, Big Daddy Kane, Slick Rick. Outside of New York, everybody wants to be like New York. Inside of New York, everybody wants to be like Harlem. Harlem had that magic. So goes Harlem, so goes the whole black cultural world. It started there, you know? Diane Dixon was an Olympic track star who had won gold medals, and she used to come to the store all the time. But she was different. She was way ahead of her time with what she wanted. And she had this idea. She said, Dap, I want you to make me something really special. I said, okay, what you want to look like? She said, I just wanted to look high fashion, right? So we came up with this concept that she would have these balloon sleeves. So I went and got that material and I blew the arms up and I used mahogany fur. And then I used a butter soft Louis Vuitton and then put the material out to give it that effect. And it worked out amazing. So when Diane bust out with that, they didn't know how to take it at first. And then everybody started saying, wow, 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 because it was a lot, you know what I mean? I could not even imagine that the look that Diane Dixon wore would have such an impact on my life 30 years later.
Here's the fashion quote of the day. You can have anything you want in life if you dress for it. That is by Ralph Lauren. Follow us on Diane Linston on Facebook, and you can also follow us on Instagram at styles_of_imaginations. Tell a friend to tell a friend.